Hey, it's Stephanie with SDC Reads For You, and tonight I am going to create a swag. I am very excited to do this swag. First, I want to say I made this bow, and this is my first handmade bow, guys. I'm so excited. I have worked and practiced on, I usually use a bow maker. But I did watch a tutorial where Palan with Mood Maker wreaths did a demo. And so I took my chances. I was like, I'm going to go ahead and try to do this wreath on my own, or this bow on my own. And here it is. So I'm really excited about that. So this is the theme for tonight, limes and lemons. So I am going to use two types of deco mesh. The first is just a standard white deco mesh. I cut each of these at 20 inches. So this is just a standard white. And then this is an iridescent yellow. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but it is iridescent. So I'm going to put these in. I also have some lemons that I'm going to put in. I think I got these from Home Depot. No, from Michael's. These are Ashland's. So I got these from Michael's. So we have those. And then I also have, of course, some limes also from Michael's. And I have some florals. I'm going to use these, yellow and white. These I got from At Home. So I'm going to put these in. And I'm going to put in some yellow berries. These actually came from the Dollar Tree, so I'm going to use these as well. And then I'm going to put in a couple of jewels in here, so just clear jewels. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with this, and we will see how it goes. So, of course, with a swag, you need to probably use at least 2, if not 3, complete 10-yard, 10-inch mesh, deco mesh, 2 rolls. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm just gonna, every other one, I'm using the woodland ruffle method. So it's just a really quick curl, ruffle that you put in. So I'm gonna just alternate between these on each side. And I'm gonna make sure I leave some space for my bow and my gems, because those don't require any mesh behind those. So we'll do it like this. I tend to go down one side and up the other when I'm putting in the deco mesh, and I'm just using these pines, the pine stems or what have you, to twist this in. Just grab and twist. Unfortunately, you can't usually find swags at Home Depot, Hobby Lobby, or Michael's, or some craft store like that. You usually have to order these online. There are a couple places you can get them. This one I got from Sim's Pottery, but you have to have a wholesale license to buy from there. But you can also buy them from Craft Outlet. This is a 36-inch swag, pine swag. So super excited to be working on this today. So with the woodland ruffle, again, you can do this where it's facing either side, where the ruffles are in or out. I'm gonna do them in tonight. The last design I did them out. So I'm going to do them in, facing in tonight, and we will go from there and get these all in. So I'll focus more on the edges because in the middle I will have some other things going on. So not so worried about the middle section as I will be the sides and the top and bottom. So somehow I have gotten myself I'm getting my every other one color mixed up. So let me pay attention to that. I hope everybody is doing great. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. I greatly appreciate it. I try to do at least one live demo every week. And then maybe a recording or two or three, depending on how my week is going, so that I can show you all what I'm working on and how you can work on them as DIY items. So I have been in the wreath business for 2 years now, I guess. Actually, August of last year was a year, so I'm coming up on my second full year. I'm very excited about that. So I make wreaths, swags, centerpieces, garlands, tablescapes, all kinds of stuff. And I do some just regular home decor items with, items that you can get yourself from local stores. And I try to share that with you guys, keep you interested. Also, in addition to following me on YouTube, or not following, subscribing to my YouTube channel, I am also on Facebook under the same name, SDC Wreaths for You. That's SDC Wreaths, the number 4, the letter U. And I guess you can see that because you're on my YouTube channel now. So that's also my handle on Facebook. And then I'm also on TikTok. So I have a couple different stations on TikTok, a couple different channels, but they're both under SDC Wreaths for You. One has an underscore and one doesn't. So you can join them both. How about that? And you'll be sure not to miss anything that's going on. So let me know where you're watching from. So if you would comment where you are, I'd love that. It's interesting to know where people are watching from. So please let me know. And if you'd like to see some of my pre-made designs that I have, you can go to my website, which is sdcwreathsforyou.com. And there you will be able to see designs that I already have for sale if you're interested in seeing some of the other things I've created. So have fun with that. When I get down to the bottom, to try to kind of keep that shape of the teardrop, I do turn those, the deco mesh, at an angle instead of it being straight. So now I will switch over to doing the other side and get this mesh in. Again, not so worried about the middle. I'm gonna have that big bow that I showed you at the beginning. It's gonna come right up in here. So it's not gonna be an issue with coverage there. This mesh is really just a filler to give it something to hold on to and to kind of fluff things out a little bit. I'm really excited about this spring season and all of the pretty bright pastel colors and everything that we'll do designs with. So you can look forward to seeing those on my channel. I believe this mesh is mesh that I got from Craft Outlet, so you can buy that on their website. You do not have to have a wholesale license to buy off of Craft Outlet. They have pretty reasonable prices, so you jump over there and grab you some mesh. I'm loving they have a whole series of iridescents. They have, you know, of course, a white iridescent, but they also have pink, yellow, lavender. I think they have a green, like a lime green iridescent. It's really pretty. They have a blue, a light blue. So all the pastels really come through. And life is happening next to me right now. I've got my lab standing next to me. He wants to go outside. He's just gonna have to wait because mommy's busy. So, and he probably just wants to go out and bark at my neighbor's dog. Making noise. It's too late. Too late in the day for that. So I'm still making my way down the side over here. And with swags, they have different lengths. So if you didn't want one as long as this 36-inch swag, they have 30-inch, 24-inch, 20-inch, I think. So you can definitely make them shorter or buy them shorter so you can make a shorter design. I like to go big, so that's always my thing. Is to go big. If you have any questions or anything that you might want me to answer, feel free to either comment here or you can email me at info@sdcwreathsforyou and I will get back with you. Almost made it down this whole side. Then we get to start putting the fun stuff in. And with the mesh on these, sometimes I do 22 inches, sometimes 20. It just kind of depends. If I'm doing just two colors, it varies on whether or not I would do a 20 or a 22. It depends on what I'm putting in the center. So if I have like larger attachments, I'll do 20 or big bow. If I don't have as many attachments, or if I have more florals, then I might do 22 inches. And so one thing you might notice is that This is kind of coming up, although I did alternating colors up and down. As I come across, they're alternating as well. Almost there. I'd be interested to know if any of you have ever tried to make a wreath or a swag. If you would comment that, I would really appreciate it. So where you're watching from, and whether or not you've ever done a design, a swag or a wreath design. I'm going to go ahead and get 2 more down here. Then we will be ready to start attaching. Get this one right here. All right, and when I'm done, I'll come back through and see where I need to add any more, just because I want to make sure I've got everything all lined up. But what I'm going to do now, I am going to get my trusty crochet hook. I use this to add in my attachments. It helps get everything through so much easier. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and place one of these gems in here, and I just stick this through. It's not going to do any harm. The mesh has holes in it, the pine has holes in it, so I'm just going to push this through, and in the back I am going to attach this to some pine to secure it. So I'll find one that's not holding mesh and just wrap it around. And the other thing I'm going to do to kind of help hold this where I want it is on the back. I'm going to put some hot glue. I'll put a generous amount of glue. Scoop this up a little bit. I'm going to put a generous amount of hot glue in here, on here, and then I'm going to turn it over where I want it to be, the angle I want it to be at. I'm just going to hold that for a second so that it could set. I want this one at an angle, so that's why I did it this way. Okay. Then I'm going to get the other one, and this one's going to be over here going this way. So I am going to attach it going the opposite direction. So again, I'm going to take it through the pine to the back. And I'm going to secure it to a round pine that's not holding my mesh. And then I'm going to put some glue, generous amount of glue on the back. Turn it at an angle, the angle that I want it, and I'm going to hold it in here so that it will set. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to get some more mesh to put down here. And some mesh in between the two. And I'm going to turn this sideways on this one. And then here, probably have to put in a couple pieces. Go white on this side. Sorry for blocking you, but you'll see in a second that I've gotten this in here and secured. And then I will do a yellow on the other side. then I am going to get some flowers in here before I put in the linens and other things. So I'm going to take each of these and I'm going to just cut them. I'm probably actually going to cut about right here. And I will be sticking these in places that I have holes that I can see readily. Couple of glue sticks here, glue strings, trying to play with me here. Glue, glue, glue. Okay, got that one over there. Get a white one up top. Oops. I know, buddy. I'll be done soon. I'll let you outside. He's walking around like, you know, I'm being patient, but you're trying me. You know how I like to go outside and let my presence be known. All right, let's see. I've got 2 of each of those in now. Let's see. I'm gonna put a lemon or a lime there. I think I am going to kind of go up top. I'm thinking my bow today is going to be on the side and not straight at the top. And then I'm gonna put one down here. So I'll have to make another hand bow. It's okay, I can do it. I've done it once. I can do it again. Right up in here with this one. Actually, you know what? I've got another white one right there. I don't think I want to do that. Let's say You can go up over here. I'm gonna put a little more glue on here, so grab that out of there. Okay, let me go ahead and put this bow in so I can see how it's gonna flow, and then we'll go from there. So I know I don't want my bow to cover up the gems. I'm actually going to extend this just a second. Sometimes when you're working on a design, if you realize that your Chanel stem is going to be a little too short to do what you want it to do, you can always get another and cut it in half and add on. Give yourself a little more wiggle room for your attachment. It's one of those great things about Chanel stems or pipe cleaners, however you want to refer to it. So now these are a little longer and will work better for me when I go to attach them. Keep in mind, wherever you stick your attachment through, that's where your design is gonna pick up and hold. So if I stick it up like this, my bow is gonna be way up here. So I wanna make sure I don't do that. I am going to go in here. So it's gonna come up right here. And again, I want it kind of on the side so it's not covering up my gems. And then I'm gonna take this back here and I'm gonna twist these around a pine that's not being used for something else to secure it. I love it. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So excited. Let me get these up. A little. There we go. There's the other one. It was hiding back there. Get this over here a little bit so that I can see those at the top. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. So I am going to go ahead and stick in some of these bright yellow berries this is from Easter last year, but at Dollar Tree, but they probably are gonna bring them back again this year. They usually have them come back. So just cutting these down so that I can get them stuck in where I want them. So I'm just gonna cut these down. These are, can push the leaves up to the top, and then I'm just gonna cut so that I can get these stuck in. So they can get in where they fit in. Okie dokie. What I'm probably gonna do, it'll be easier for me to put the glue on them and then stick them in, so let me do that. swear you are using hot glue. Be careful. They don't call it hot glue for nothing. It's so easy to catch yourself with that hot glue. Step down a little bit more. This definitely adds to the glitter effect here. Sorry, I'm right in front of you, but I'm trying to get this stuck down in here. You can have as much fun as you want with these. Getting them plugged in where you want to have them plugged in. So, okay. What I want to make sure I get in here now, though, before I put any more of those in, I want to make sure that I'm going to get some of these lemons and limes in here. So, let me get a few of those. Got a glue string following me here. Where'd you come from? Alright, let's pick some cool places for this. I'm going to put some more mesh right there, I think. So, I'm going to come over here with Blue puppy. With some lemons and limes. So I'm just going to use hot glue. These are very light. So not a problem. I'm just going to have to hold it for a second to let it set. Put this one here. Look, baby. Get in the way. Put one right here. There's kind of hidden off in here. Little gems off to the side. And get this yellow. Let's stick that one here. going to do a yellow here. And a lime. I'll put you here. And a lemon over on the side over here. Actually, let's see, I'll put you here. Okay. All right, so let me get some more mesh up in here to kind of get these little spots that are missing mesh. Behind my bow. Get that tucked off in there. Get some more right there. And I'm going to put a lime. Oh, a lemon. So a lime right there. Put a lemon up here. Okay. Get a few more of the berries in here. Put one more piece of mesh at the top, the very, very tippy top. I don't even know if you can see it from where I can see it, but I'm going in right here with this last piece of mesh that I have. cute. All right, and I have 2 flowers left. I'm gonna go ahead and put them at the top. My client will be able to see them, but I only have 2 left, so I don't want to just waste them. That's not enough to put into a different design. So I'm gonna slide these in at the top. So I'm gonna slide one in right here. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side with the white one. Okay. All right. Now, I am going to go ahead and make another bow, but I'm not going to make you watch me make that bow. I will, as I get better at making hand bows, do a hand bow tutorial. But I usually, like I said, use my bow maker. But I am going to go ahead and make another bow to put down here at the bottom, and then I will include that in the video. So at the end you'll see that. Okay, so I hope you like this so far. I'll do an all around panoramic view after I make the other bow and put it on. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. I'd really appreciate the support. It'll help me grow my business and grow my channel. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube, do that. If you've not followed me on Facebook, please do that. And then again on TikTok. Okay, so thank you for watching, and until next time, bye-bye. Okay, I'm back and I am done. So I wanted to share with you the final product, the design. So let's get this turned around and we will go for it. So here we go. All right, here she is. So again, my very first handmade bow. I'm so excited. Thank you, Pallon at Mood Maker Wreaths, for the tutorial on that. And then you will see the beautiful jewels that are in here on the side. Here's my second bow. And we've got a lime in the middle of that. I'm sorry you guys hear the dogs click-clacking around. They want to make an appearance on this video. But here is everything. And I think it turned out absolutely stunning. So we will close this off now. And thank you all for watching. Again, please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not. And also follow me on Facebook and TikTok. Have a great one. Bye-bye.